I'm back. Hello, another Mystic Brew, and I am Radagast at your service. So I finished uploading my last video, and it's now being seen. And what was really interesting for me was, I gotta do a little adjustment here. What was really interesting for me was I went to Project Avalon, because I'm always kind of going between Project Avalon and the One Truth Forum, as we call it, TOT sometimes. And so I picked up, somebody was interviewing Jordan Sather at the Contact in the Desert. And I realized that I had watched a video of this young lady. She, Divine Frequency is her, is the name of her YouTube channel. And actually, the operating title of this video, I'm not sure if I'll put it up on, but was, Am I Being a Dick? Please help me. So I'm watching this young lady. Okay, let me cue up a few things here, all right? There we go. All right, so now I can kind of cue this in. Now, this is the interview, Jordan Sather interview, zeroing in on disclosure. And, I just stopped it, and just kind of funny as I caught these two looking at each other like that. Apparently they drove there together. So, and so I decided, gee, who is this lady? Who is this woman? She's I think she's 28. Probably a few years older than Jordan. And as I'm watching her, I'm going, is this his new handler? Okay, I'm just showing you there. I'll put my face on here. Okay, so I just kind of looked into things a little bit. At this point, it's kind of like Contact in the Desert is like this honeypot. Much of what's going on there means that a lot of us have been struggling. And she has under 200 subscribers, although I see it ticking up. I've seen her gain probably 5 in the last 30 minutes. And so I said, let me, because I got a yellow flag, not a red flag. I got a yellow flag. And after looking in a little bit, I had an orange flag. So I'm just going to take you through this with me so we can do this together. We do this together. And if anything, we can give, her name is Tessa Gianni, because she has a website. So we can give her some exposure, and Divine Frequency is her YouTube channel. Again, just please let us, because we're doing this whole kind of like vetting each other, and maybe even helping each other. If one of us like kind of puts out a little signal like and then it kind of goes around, I just really think it's just like being in a community. We're not minding each other's business, but we observe each other in the commons. And, you should be paying attention. So we have this, okay? So I went and I said, all right, let me check this out. Now, here's what's interesting. Here's a picture of her, right, at 7 months ago. It's the last video she had made 7 months ago. That's her. So let's go to her YouTube. All right, we'll scroll down here. So we can see she hasn't got all that many videos. She has 191 subscribers, unless I refresh and she has more. So as you can see, she starts out a year ago. Divine Frequency Introduction, Power of Manifestation. Now let's pay attention to the topics. Power of Manifestation. Cold never bothered him anyway. Abolish stress in one easy step. Humble thyself in the sight of the Lord. Cosmic Confidence Part 2. Beyond the physical, soul, body, and astral travel. And then Part 2, Beyond Physical, Everyday Divinity. Soul, Meet Human Experience. Affluence and Prosperity. And her last one, 7 months ago, 5 signs you aren't being your authentic self. Is that an irony moment? Anyway, So as we move along, so this is 7 months ago, and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, now you remember all these topics, 2 weeks ago, the Rendlesham Farm incident and alien communication. And so if we look at that, right, this is her after, this is what she looked like when she came back from her 7th month hiatus, as opposed to that. All right, and it's funny, 5 signs you aren't being your authentic self, and apparently she authentically has, like, she's brown hair. And now we see the kind of very familiar looking, new agey, kind of almost, seems like it has, like, if you don't look something like this, you just might not look the kind of goddessy little part. I'm not sure. And again, remember that part of the operating title here is, am I being a dick? So anyway, back to her. So this is her now. So let's go back, and then we have this just came out, get out today, I think. And was this? Yeah, and here she is again. This is the second video, as you can see from over here, from her divine frequency. So after 7 months, she comes out, Rendlesham Forest. Her next one is UFOs, Disclosure and Free Stuff, Rendlesham Media Coverage. And she was also showing off a Nick Pope book in one of these, and was also hawking some Ancient Alien DVDs. Okay, so there was 2 promotions, one for Ancient Aliens and one for Nick Pope, who is the government guy involved with the Rendlesham Farm incident. And then we have Why I Came to Contact in the Desert, Cultural Programming. And actually, I listened to the video twice, and I just couldn't quite get that from the video. And then, of course, we have the Jordan Sather interview that was put up 15 hours ago. Now, an interesting thing is also, I mean, here's something that's a year ago, has 28 views, 62, 59, 71. She does this Rendlesham thing coming out of nowhere. Well, she has 556 views. Then this one, 1,200. This one's 15 hours old, and it has 577 views. 7 months ago, 71 views. Am I being a dick? So let me just come back for a second. So you might say, Radagast, why are you doing this? And the whole thing is, again, people, this contact in the desert and this whole Corey Good and you know, the Corey Good thing, we'll leave David out of it for him. In fact, let's leave David out of it, because ignoring him is probably the last thing he wants us to do. Anyway, so this really aroused my curiosity. So I just figure, okay, let me, we'll just send prayers to her and hope that, again, I really feel so many of us have been struggling for a long time. And we still live in the Patrix and its financial web. And of course, I mean, people should just do what they need to do to take care of themselves. But again, they're entering into this field, this milieu, that seems to be really catching people. So I guess what I'm asking is did my yellow flag go up for the right reason? Is an orange flag at least okay? Remember, that's not a red flag. And I think this could provide interesting developments. And again, I am with Jordan. I think he's just investigating, trying to follow good leads. Maybe he can make some decent money. He's working on a book. He'll promote it on his thing. I mean, Jordan could suddenly, go from, he mentioned how, he doesn't have a whole lot to, and he is a single father. So again, when we, so knowing that, again, that kind of, when you have a child, you start thinking differently, as you should. But again, we can't make decisions for people, but I just thought it might be worth my while to shine a little thing here. I mean, this lady might turn out to be a great person. And if anything, now that you know who she is, go check her out. If you find her interesting, subscribe to her. we don't. This is really my first exposure to it. I just find it's just a little interesting that somebody disappears for 7 months and reemerges as a bleach blonde, and suddenly is talking about UFOs. Her last, she comes out. She has 4 videos since she came out, and it's the Rendlesham Forest, and then UFOs, disclosure and free stuff, Rendlesham media coverage, going to contact in the desert, and then the Jordan Sather interview. So actually, I have nothing against natural blondes. And I have nothing against bleach blondes. It's just always, just an interesting choice, I think. I mean, back when my hair was brown, it was really, really nice. And I remember when I was 35, I started getting a few gray hairs. So I got some kind of, shampoo, a little bit of a coppery color to color the gray. So I wash it in, and as I'm rinsing it out, my wonderfully beautiful, lustrous hair, despite, with a few grays, felt like plastic. As I'm rinsing the stuff out, I'm going, what happened? I don't have hair anymore. I mean, it looks like hair, but it's feels like I'm rubbing on saran wrap here. So I never did it again. It was my first experience with coloring my hair. Of course, at 35, I was still fairly vain and still drinking. But even at that, I think I was probably drunk as a skunk when I did it. But even I wasn't drunk enough to know I just killed my hair. So I always find bleaching hair just an interesting choice. But it seems to come, this. So I'm going to wait for your comments. Okay, this is going to be a short video. We're going to end it right here. And like I said, I'm letting you know about her. Oh, let me just kind of very quickly, I will just show you her website. Where's her website? Here we go. Become a unicorn. Become a unicorn. I guess that's if you're one of her people, you're a unicorn. So she's Tessa Gianni, seeker of spirit. So anyway, let me come back. Oh, you didn't see that. Here we go. All right, I probably have to minimize this a little bit. Let's see. There we go. We'll do that. There she is. I mean, really, she's quite a nice lady, looking young lady, and I don't think she looks terrible at all as a blonde. It's just kind of shocking, and I didn't know she was brown hair, so that's why I went and checked her. I went, okay, all right. It almost looks like a personality change. I mean, you look one way, you're covering all kinds of subjects. For some reason, you just leave for 7 months. You have very, very few subscribers, very few views, and then you come back and kaboom. And you're promoting Ancient Aliens and Nick Pope's book, Rendlesham Forest, or Incident at Rendlesham Forest. And, maybe she picked up, do this and we'll pay. Hey, I would promote Ancient Aliens and Rendlesham Forest. It's a good read, Rendlesham Forest, or, it's not, and anyway, or maybe I might do it. Yeah, again, I try to be independent, but Ancient Aliens is popular, and it's it is on a History Channel. They're not pulling people, but I think that created the interest, and then Gaia TV was the magnet. Anyway, I said I was going to get out of here, and this will still be an hour upload, so you won't be seeing this for a while. Stay safe, stay sane. I know I love you. I know the Creator loves you. Love yourself, and I'll see you next time.